Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Kyle, please. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm here to revisit an issue that I don't believe the board has properly dealt with. I'm not sure whether the trustees will need to act or whether this is a role for the director to play. We'll start with a couple definitions that the board are familiar with from the past. Necrophilia, sexual intercourse with or attraction towards corpses, recognized as illegal in the Criminal Code of Canada. Bestiality means any contact for sexual purposes with an animal.
Kyle.
Yes, sir.
Please, some of those words, I don't think I'm going to let you keep going. I think we had problems. We had issues. Listen, we had issues with that before, so please.
On August 20th, it was decided that it's okay, that those terms are okay for use at this board.
Well, you can say terms, but you can't mention the terms. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought we had exonerated people for using those terms. So, speaking to that August 20th meeting where terms were allowed to be used that I'm apparently not allowed to be used, and then we exonerated people who used that word. A decision was made not to find a trustee in breach of the Code of Conduct, and the same breach was made by 4 trustees who voted against the Ontario human rights laws as they were expected to be adopted. And that is an issue that has yet to be reconciled. I filed a complaint with the board and I named all 4 trustees, and yet only 1 trustee was reported on. We know that it's prohibited by law and unacceptable for organizations providing public services to ignore or fail to address human rights matters, even without a complaint. Not only is there an issue with the governance team here, there may be an issue with personnel as well, because acting legal counsel at the time made some poor and misguided opinions and distributed them throughout the board, leading us down this road. Using hyperbole to exaggerate a protected ground in such a vile and offensive manner is a form of harassment. And to think that a trustee's so-called justification was good enough is a fallacy. The trustee went further to condemn those of us who identify as LGBTQ as evil in a publication where they spoke out against a decision that was already made by the board. How many rules do you have to break before you're held to account? Then a professional report was completed. The issue was prima facie, so I'm quite confident what the result of that report was. In fact, the representative from Reuben Tomlinson who spoke to me assured me that if anything derailed the integrity of the report, they wouldn't file it. If the report supports the decision that was made on August 20th, why hasn't it been released? Moreover, why are the parties to the report, myself included, why don't we have an opportunity to review the report before decisions are made out of it? To think this matter is subject to a vote of right or wrong is simply tantamount to neglect. And it's incumbent upon you to realize that the board may have made a decision in bad faith, making a decision knowing someone was guilty. It is unlawful. And something that is unlawful, first of all, you're exposed to vicarious liability. I'm surprised that trustees have not taken this up without requiring another delegation. But since a decision was made in bad faith, the director, I'm appealing to you at this point, I think it's your turn to intervene because we continue to have a matter of human rights that has not been addressed, reconciled, or properly dealt with by this board.
You done, Kyle?
I'm done.
Thank you, thank you. You were just, you're almost over by a minute, but I let you finish because of all the issues you had.
Sorry.
No problem, no problem.
I don't have a timer on
No
screen.
problem, no problem. Can I get somebody to move receipt, please? Or somebody move something?
Mr. Chair, I'll move receipt and referral to staff.
Receipt and referral to staff from Trustee Rizzo, seconded by Trustee Crawford.
And I have questions.
Okay, I don't see your hand there. Now I do. Go ahead.
Thank you. Kyle, if through you, Mr. Chair, sorry.
Go ahead, Trustee Rizzo. Somebody's interrupting there. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm just wondering if you could tell me the parties involved. You're one of the parties. You were interviewed, as I understand it, by the investigation firm.
I was. I believe another parent, at least one other parent was.
Okay, so my question is, you weren't provided with the report, so no one asked you whether or not the information in the report was accurate?
Correct.
And you have been in contact with our legal staff, Mr. Matthews, correct?
Correct.
And and he recommended, or did he ask you to come to board to, I don't know what the process was, to be frank, so maybe you could tell us?
Sure, yeah. I was under the impression that I was in communication with the director's office. As you know, there's been a change in director throughout the arc of this. It's been over a year now. So I was under the impression that my communication should stay with the director. I was wondering why I thought due process wasn't being followed, and I thought that was something that the director had a responsibility to facilitate. I might be wrong, but I thought that's where I would start. The new director, Dr. Brown, nice to meet you, Dr. Brown, had asked Mr. Matthews to reach out to me. We reached out. I posed my questions to Mr. Matthews. He didn't have a response for me in terms of why decisions were made or how they were made, and he said that I might want to pose my questions to the board. And so I chose to make a delegation to do that.
Okay, that's helpful. And maybe just to be clear, I would like you to tell us what you want us to do.
I mean, there's so much that needs to be done. I think that all trustees should volunteer to take the Ontario Human Rights Commission's Human Rights 101 course, as well as Call It Out e-course. I think that the Toronto Catholic District School Board should engage with EGAL in training for safer schools and also workplace inclusion, because there's a couple branches to this. I think that there needs to be a public status update on how the 3-year equity action plan and recent code of conduct related policy changes are being implemented. And I think within that, we need to address that trustees were not in favor of adopting the Human Rights Code. 4 in particular voted against it. And I think the board needs to respond as to why those trustees have never been held to account. I don't even know why it was ever a board matter.
One second. Kyle, could you hold on?
Yes.
What's your point of order?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, no one can hear.
There's a point of order. Hold on, Trustee Rizzo.
Mr. Chair,
Sorry.
I don't think it's inappropriate to speak about the trustees, about their votes. They vote the way they vote. And
no,
unless, this is not a dictatorship here.
You're absolutely correct, but he did not mention names, Trustee Levinsky.
That's fine, but
but he has not mentioned names.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
sorry. Go ahead, Kyle, sorry. Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, if I may, I'm not looking to get into a debate here, but
No, I'm not going to let you, Kyle.
Well, then just it's a statement. Those types of comments are highly offensive.
Okay, Kyle.
Board of Trustees,
Kyle.
Public Board of Trustees, you're not beyond reproach. You can be criticized. You
No,
hold public office.
Kyle, please, let's stick to the questions, please. Trustee Rizzo, are you done?
Of the delegation policy.
Trustee Rizzo, are you done?
I am for now. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Chair.
you. All right. I don't see any other names here. Can I take a vote on the receipt and referral is what it was? Correct? Okay, please push your buttons. Trustee Martino in favor. Trustee Crawford.
In favor.
Trustee Di Domenico.
In favor.
Trustee Di Pasquale.
In favor.
Trustee, Student Trustee Nguyen.
In favor.
Trustee DiGiorgio.
In favor.
Student Trustee Bevian.
In favor.
Trustee D'Amico.
In favor.
Trustee Lubinsky.
Opposed.
Trustee LaPretti.
In favor.
Trustee Tanawan. Trustee Tanawan.
Favor, Mr. Chair.
Trustee Rizzo on Zoom.
In favor.
Trustee Delgren.
Opposed.
Thank you. Trustee Kennedy.
Favor.
Thank you. Okay, that passes. Thank you, Kyle, for your delegation. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.